This video is centered around the arrogant and egotistical character known as the Monkey King, who is one of the main characters in the graphic novel American-Born Chinese. He is portrayed in the story initially as a powerful and all-knowing being, the equivalent to a deity in terms of both physical and mental strength. However, he is still seen by others as a lesser figure due to his monkey form. In order to attain the same respect as the others who judged him, the Monkey King undergoes several changes in order to remove his monkey-like qualities. In this video, we will be covering these changes in the Monkey King's form, and whether or not these changes also affect him mentally and those around him. We will also see how these changes apply to the main themes of the graphic novel, identity and acceptance. In the beginning of the text, we see the Monkey King as a fair and wise leader who rules over his monkey companions. He is respected by his subjects in every way, being the one who freed the monkey's home from threatening predators and made it safe for them. He is also seen to be very powerful, as he was able to come out of the stone immediately out of birth and was wise enough to master the 4 major heavenly disciples of Kung Fu. However, this sense of wisdom and power is soon overridden by embarrassment and the violent behavior after the Monkey King was rejected to join the party of gods because of his monkey-like appearance. This rejection fuels a burst of rage in the Monkey King, causing him to beat up the gods in the palace before leaving back to his home. In all of the Monkey King's life, he was seen as the higher figure, being king over his people, and now that he has been put into the bottom of the pyramid by the gods in terms of respect, he is overwhelmed and can't control himself. As the Monkey King comes home, we find him planning different ways to remove his monkey-like qualities. In the next chapter, we find the Monkey King changing not only his monkey-like qualities, but also the qualities of his subjects. All monkeys were now required to wear shoes in order to make them less monkey-like. This was called upon because the subjects of a king will often represent the king's qualities. Therefore, seeing as how the Monkey King was trying to rid himself of these qualities, the subjects must also follow in their king's footsteps. After this, the Monkey King meditates for a long time to gain the wisdom to perform 8 more disciples of Kung Fu, one of which allows him to change shape. The Monkey King uses this power to change his shape into a more human-like form, and changes his name to the Great Sage of Heaven. This physical change in form symbolizes a shift in his physical strength. However, this form also affects him mentally, with more power causing him to be more arrogant and believing that he is in a higher position than the ones who made fun of him. This change in his form ties in with the theme of identity and acceptance, where the great sage is denying his true form. He then sets out on a quest to make sure the entire world knows who he is, and more importantly, make sure he isn't regarded as a monkey anymore. He travels to the domain of the 4 major kings of the heavens in order to forcefully change their opinion with his newly gained powers. Within a short while, the great sage had all 4 kings calling him by his new name. It was only until the arrival of Tzu when the reign of the great sage had ceased. The Grand Master ordered the sage to stop his foolish behavior and accept his true identity of a monkey. But being the stubborn character the sage was, he denied this request and disrespected the Grand Master's honor. This then causes the sage to be punished by the Grand Master and becomes imprisoned under a large rock. Because of the sage's lack of acceptance for who he truly was, he was punished by the Grand Master. The chapter then ends with us leaving the sage under the rock. When we finally return to see the sage again, it has been 500 years, and he is part of a large quest created by the Grand Master and carried out by Lao Tzu. The Grand Master is giving the sage a second chance to accept his true identity after 5 centuries of imprisonment. Once Lao Tzu reaches the sage, he requests for him to come with him as his disciple on the journey. The arrogance within the sage hasn't changed since the 500 years of imprisonment, and he denies this Lao Tzu's request. With demons lurking behind Lao Tzu, there is little time. Acknowledging this, the sage tells Lao Tzu that he will enjoy watching him die. As Lao Tzu is being killed by the demons, he tells the sage something that will make him regain his identity and help him fight off the demons. Lao Tzu tells the sage that true freedom comes in the form of acceptance, and that pushing his true identity away is what's keeping him imprisoned. Sage realizes that Lao Tzu is right, and changes back into his true form in order to free himself. The sage is the Monkey King once again, and along with the removal of his physical changes, is gone the arrogance and denial that plagued his own form. The Monkey King accepts to help Lao Tzu fight off the demons, and for the rest of the journey, he embraces his identity as a monkey and forgets his older qualities entirely. In this video, we have covered the topic of the Monkey King and his significant changes throughout the graphic novel. We have seen him transform into a larger and more powerful figure, ridding him of his monkey identity and giving him an arrogant and overconfident behavior. This again ties in with the theme of the novel, acceptance and identity. The Monkey King did not accept his true identity. We then see this form change back into the original one, after realizing that accepting his identity would free him of his punishment. The Monkey King undergoes two significant changes in the novel, and both changes help shape his final form in the novel as the proud, strong, and wise ruler of the monkeys, and he lives happily with his monkey form with Lao Tzu and the Grandmaster for the rest of his life.